Once a conversation is connected and the context is established, the focus shifts to action. This is where AI truly excels by doing more than just answering questions. It serves as an active layer of intelligence that provides real-time guidance to human agents, triggers backend workflows, or sends immediate alerts. Conversation intelligence sits on top of Conversation Orchestrator and customer memory. We've seen how Conversation Orchestrator turns calls and messages into a unified conversation. Conversation memory carries forward the customer profile, observations, and summaries attached to the conversation. Conversation intelligence applies programmable, GenAI-powered language operators to the live stream to produce signals such as intent, sentiment, lead score, script adherence, and next best action. This is also one of the trickiest parts to get right. Understanding what is happening in a conversation and acting on it in real time creates real opportunities for errors if the system is not designed carefully. If you want the full picture of how conversation intelligence fits into Twilio Conversations, you can start with the introduction video in this series. Within the system, conversation intelligence is the reasoning layer. As new communications arrive through Twilio Voice, messaging channels, and the rest of the conversation stack, it analyzes that stream in real time and turns it into structured signals the rest of the system can use. Those signals can guide live agent behavior, trigger real-time workflow automations, update customer context, and feed analytics that help teams improve performance over time. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Conversation intelligence is built around intelligence configuration. An intelligent config contains one or more rules, which are configurable bundles of operators, triggers, context, and the actions that run against a live conversation. As calls, texts, and follow-up messages are added to a conversation by Conversation Orchestrator, language operators can fire automatically. These specialized Twilio-authored operators automate and enhance interactions. The script adherence operator provides real-time coaching to keep agents on brand, while the next best response operator suggests the most effective actions and phrasing mid-conversation to speed up resolution. To streamline the aftermath, the summary operator automatically generates concise case notes for your CRM and simplifies handoffs. Simultaneously, the sentiment operator tracks the emotional tone of the exchange, giving you an immediate pulse on the customer experience. These tools turn live data into a guided, high-performance operation. The results flow directly into conversation memory as traits and observations, but they also power critical AI agent observability. This allows the system to monitor autonomous interactions in real time and auto-escalate to a human agent the moment a conversation starts going off the rails. Whether it's triggering a live handoff or feeding data into an analytics API for deep reporting, you gain a fail-safe layer of oversight for every automated interaction. Conversation intelligence turns live conversations into usable outputs. It can detect what the customer wants, how they are feeling, whether a key event just happened, whether an agent followed the right process, and what should happen next. And because every component is configurable, teams can adjust the logic without rebuilding the whole application. They can add a stricter compliance check, tune a lead scoring rubric, or introduce a new operator for a different workflow, all while keeping the rest of the system intact. Let's look at how this works in the Voltana dealership example. When Jordan first calls after hours, Conversation Orchestrator is already grouping that live call into a unified conversation, and Conversation Intelligence is already running against the transcript. As she shares the stock number, model, and color, a custom vehicle detail operator extracts the information. In this case, it identifies stock number 8301, the Nova Premium, and the Midnight Blue colorway. A lead scoring operator then looks at these details and at Jordan's behavior. Because she's asking about a specific high-demand vehicle, she begins as a stronger lead than someone who is only browsing. As the conversation continues, a sentiment operator tracks how she's feeling in real time. When she learns that the Midnight Blue vehicle is still in transit, the system captures that change. It is a small moment, but it matters because now the dealership has a more complete picture of both her intent and her reaction. When Jordan agrees to schedule a test drive, Conversation Intelligence detects that event and updates her lead score again. Now the system is not just recording what happened, it is interpreting the significance of what happened. Later, when Jordan replies by SMS with a follow-up question, the communication is added to the same conversation and the same intelligence service continues running. The signal layer does not restart just because the channel changed. When the conversation closes, conversation intelligence can run wrap-up logic. It generates a summary and key observations, such as the vehicle Jordan wants, the scheduled test drive time, and the fact that she asked about charging. Those outputs are then written into conversation memory so they can be used later. The next morning, Brian opens the dealership CRM. Because conversation intelligence has already turned that previous interaction into structured signals, he does not just see a generic lead, he sees a richer picture. A next best action operator can now combine the remembered context from conversation memory with the updated fact that the car arrived overnight and recommend that Brian offer a same-day test drive. During Brian's live call with Jordan, conversation intelligence keeps working. It can continue monitoring sentiment, checking compliance, and extracting new relevant details. Later, when Jordan is transferred to the virtual agent for check-in, the system can capture structured information such as the license details, state, and insurance provider to help speed up the next step of the experience. Over time, these signals become useful beyond any single interaction. Voltana's operations team can review them in conversational insights, or pull them into tools like Tableau through analytics APIs to see how sentiment, lead score, and conversion vary by model, by agent, and by channel. This is how conversation intelligence helps teams improve not just one conversation, but the whole system. This is conversation intelligence. Conversation Orchestrator keeps the conversation connected. Conversation memory carries forward the context. Conversation intelligence turns that live system into structured signals that systems can act on to drive desired business outcomes in the moment and learn from over time. It is the layer that helps the system understand what is happening, decide what matters, and support better actions while the customer is still engaged. In our next and final video, we will look at Agent Connect and how AI and human agents work together across Twilio voice, messaging, and the rest of the conversation stack.